Just ask Matt Hasselbeck.
Seattle has won the toss.
We want the ball, we're going to score.
Welcome back, guys. More Phantom Mayonnaise for you. Today, the Phantom Mayo gets revenge for the Seahawks for Super Bowl 40. What we're going to be doing is we're going to play the 2006 season.
Yep.
And we are going to kick the Steelers' ass in the Super Bowl. We're going to hand Big Ben his cheating ass
a fucking beatdown.
Yes.
Excuse my French, but growing up a Seahawks fan, yeah, right. It's the men's room. We can swear in here. It's growing up a Seahawks fan. I didn't hate a team until that Super Bowl.
I agree.
I remember watching football and it was just fun, and then literally that, and it's burned into my mind. It is ingrained when Ben Roethlisberger is 3 inches short of a touchdown, looks down the sideline at the pylon cam, and then just goes. And the fucking zebras on the sidelines are like, touchdown. And I have hated that man and that entire organization, that city, and that state ever since then. I'm sorry,
Same.
if you're a Pittsburgh Pirate baseball guy,
I'm the same way. I don't like the Steelers, the Pirates, the Penguins, anything. Even the Philadelphia teams get hate from me sometimes.
Oh, dude, yeah, I don't.
Not as much, but sometimes they get hate.
Yeah.
I just remember being a kid watching this, not fully grasping how rigged this was.
Yes!
But knowing that, in my heart of hearts, a couple things would have completely changed the game.
Yeah.
There was a pass interference call, super late, that was total BS that cost us touchdown.
Yep.
It was offensive pass interference for nothing.
Yep.
There was the Ben Roethlisberger thing. There was just a bunch of little things in there that okay, if you give us a field goal for that, and you take away that touchdown, and all of a sudden we're ahead by a couple.
Yes.
Everybody had their theories. I remember everybody was writing letters to the NFL. At least we live in Seattle area, so everybody around here was writing letters.
Where we live now. Don't tell your wife.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'll cut this out.
They know.
Well, the thing I remember is just everybody was really heated.
Yep.
And the fact that now you can go on YouTube, you can go on wherever and find videos that people are urban myths. Super Bowl 40 was rigged, or they have. The fact that they even have to make videos about that tells you that there was something fishy going on.
To me, it's one of those games that I think is... there has so many, so much evidence that it is, that you can't put it aside as just, the refs have favoritism. Because you can go through it, any team is going to say, remember this game where this happened. But I feel like anyone could watch that game and be like, that's some fishy stuff right there. Right. I don't know. That's pretty sketchy.
Well, that was such a big moment in Seahawks history that I think gets forgotten about now because we've had this new wave of the Legion of Boom and Russell Wilson and, new uniforms, new looks, and we've consistently been successful.
Yep.
That people almost act like we weren't successful before then.
Yep.
Even though, we've only missed the playoffs 3 or 4 times in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
But that era from 2002-ish to 2007, 8-ish, we were really strong for the first time since the 80s.
Yeah. And
that it was led by, Matt Hasselbeck, Sean Alexander, Max Strong, Lofa Tatupu, the list goes on.
Well, and to me, and I think you're getting there, it's so unfortunate because we had such an exciting, kind of fun team. For the first time in Seahawks history since, you said, the 80s, where last time we had good players, it was, who was...
Steve Largent.
Yeah, Steve Largent.
And all those kind of guys,
Yeah, and so for the first time ever, and it was kind of no-name players just kind of making plays also. And, everyone was kind of... No one knew who Lofa Tatupu was until he had, a glorious interception one time. And everyone was like, I need a 51 Lofa Tatupu jersey. And then after that... He was just gone. But, it was a fun, exciting team led by Mike Holmgren, who, a fantastic coach, had fantastic years behind him in other football teams, and it's just a shame that it was just kind of robbed from them.
Yeah. Well, the culture was so different. And I think that's what I was really trying to push towards a second ago, is just that the Seahawks being legitimate title contenders was new to everybody in the NFL.
Yeah.
And like you said, we had a bunch of guys that people slept on, like Marcus Trufant and all those kind of guys.
Love Marcus Trufant.
Me too. So I think that we kind of snuck up on everybody, and all of a sudden we're playing the beloved NFL franchise.
Yeah.
So of course all the rumors start floating around that, well, the NFL didn't want the Seahawks to win.
No.
They wanted their 5-time whatever bullshit time champions to win.
We want to have the Terry Bradshaw team back in the 80s or 70s come back, and we're going to make this America's team.
And it was just BS. It's like, Jerome Bettis retires after the game, and it was just this such a great moment for Pittsburgh, and it's like, fuck you guys.
Yep. Dude. And it's funny, there's so many, I don't know why, but because of that, was Hines Ward on the team at the time?
Yeah.
I can't stand him anymore. And he's like honestly, you watch interviews with him and he's like the nicest guy. And I just look at him and I just go, I despise everything you are. To me, I was like, if Hollywood grew celebrities in labs, they grew him to be The Rock, and they said, he's definitely not muscle enough. And they put him back into a test tube and then just sold him to some poor bastard in Pittsburgh.
Right.
And that's what I'm like,
yeah,
I don't like you. I just don't like him. I don't know why.
It's really not the players, other than Ben Roethlisberger, that I think did anything to deserve the hate that they get from us.
Yeah.
But it's not just us. It is literally everybody that witnessed that game in our region cannot stand the Steelers.
What do you feel? How do you feel about Troy Polamalu? Because I also am like another great player. I can't deny he's not a great player.
Right.
And you watch his Head and Shoulder commercials, his interviews too, and you're like, oh yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you still cheated us out of the Super Bowl.
The Head and Shoulders commercials won me over time, but they're all dead to me.
Yeah,
they're all dead to me.
Uh-huh.
That meant so much to me as a kid that we had made it.
Mm-hmm.
And really, we played pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I think we were as deserving as them to win the Super Bowl in that game.
Yep.
Even if it would have been close and we lost, no one would have batted an eyelash.
No.
But it shouldn't have been.
No.
And we got cheated.
Yep.
So we are here to get revenge.
Some soul-crushing revenge on the entire state of Pennsylvania.
We need this bad. This is healing for us. This is cathartic for us. If we can get this done, we can move past this. Once Ben retires, we can move past this.
A therapeutic bloodletting is what it is.
That's what it'll be. Now we gotta win.
Yeah. So also makes this interesting. We are playing on a PlayStation 3.
Yes.
With
a PlayStation 2 game. We're playing Madden 2007 with your boy Sean Alexander, MVP, on the cover.
Oh yeah, go Sean!
So the idea is that we're gonna play the PS2 game on the PS3. We're going to record us playing it, talking about it, and kicking their ass so everyone can see it. And it's just going to be a blast.
Here's the real kicker, though. I play Xbox, so I really don't know what I'm doing on this controller.
Right.
And we're playing 2-player. So we're really going to mess up when Spencer goes, run a slant, and I have no idea how to catch a ball.
And you're running the street.
Yeah, and I'm running the street.
It's going to be fun. I want to take a second to, we had a beautiful intro, filmed by my wife, and I got to give her credit there. That's completely unrelated to Super Bowl 40, but it's one of the great moments of my childhood and watching the Seahawks. Let's talk about our love for Matt Hasselbeck for a second.
Yes.
Because what a legend.
The guy looks like a thumb, but I love that man with my heart and soul. And when he went to Tennessee afterwards, I was still rooting for him.
Same.
I think he was the backup for who at the time? Wasn't he? He was a backup for a year.
Wasn't Vince? He was there to help Vince Young along, wasn't he? Vince Young had just gotten over to Pittsburgh, or to Tennessee, and he was there to kind of coach Vince Young, right?
I have no idea. All I know is I was rooting for him, and I was like mad that he was a backup. And I remember, actually, funny enough, one time, my buddy Noah and I were playing Madden, and I was like, I'm going to put Matt Hasselbeck in. And I threw 11 interceptions. But I couldn't take him out. I was like, I love this man with my heart and soul. And we're going down together because we want the ball and we're going to score.
And, well, the same result.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. What is your favorite Hasselbeck, kind of Mike Holmgren era Seahawks moment?
So, oh man, there are lots.
Yeah.
And especially because it's just that football magic as a kid. It's just kind of how you get into it.
Right.
And I will never ever forget the feeling of us versus the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what
of
the playoffs it was.
Yeah, 2006 playoffs.
Yeah. And I remember the Cowboys, Tony Romo driving all the way down there.
At the end of the game.
At the end of the game, literally, they need the game-winning field goal. And they're on, like, the 6-yard line.
Yeah, it's like an extra point.
Yeah, seriously. And I remember watching the game. I'm not even on the couch anymore. I'm just sitting on the ground, like, just disappointed. And my parents are sitting there, too. We're all just like, here it is.
Right.
Here's our playoffs hopes and dreams. And he muffs the hold. And I remember standing up like, and then he tries to run it. He had no idea what he was trying to do.
No.
And then we like won. And I will just never forget that moment.
Yes.
And to me, that's just like, that is kind of the moments of what you want in football. Either it's the fourth quarter last game-winning drive, or just that moment where it's not a for sure victory, even though it still looked like it was a 99% sure victory for the Cowboys. And that was just magic.
That is also my favorite Seahawks moment of all time.
Yeah.
Any era. I think that, people now have a hard time realizing, like, until, like, 2014, the Seahawks were always underdogs.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And in that moment, playing the Cowboys...
Talking about a 7-9 football team making the playoffs. Yeah. I mean, that's some underdogs.
And winning in the playoffs.
And winning against the previous year's
Super Bowl
champions.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Drew Brees.
Rip Drew. But...
Yeah, we had to do it. Some of the backstory on that game, I'm pretty sure that was Tony Romo's first year being like the star quarterback for that team. I can't remember exactly, but
yeah,
he had been a backup there under probably Kitna or somebody.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but back then, and still a little bit now, backup quarterbacks always held the footballs for extra points.
It's funny because I don't know when that switch happened or what made it happen, but I just remember one year, you're like, oh, awesome, the punter is the holder now.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I never got it. I'm like, if you ever try and fake a field goal now, and you bring out your backup quarter, everybody's going to know. Yeah, everybody's going to know what's happening. To me, it seems a lot more strategic to be like,
yeah,
all right, Charlie Whitehurst, get your ass in there. I mean, obviously, I don't know if it was the guy back then, but he's probably my favorite backup
it's the same. It's like in Madden when you run like a fake field goal run.
Yeah. And
just Sean Alexander is out there. You're like, as if the defense isn't suspicious a little bit.
That'd be like the Chiefs having Tyreek Hill. All right, go in there and hold it, Tyreek.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, okay.
We've been training for this.
Uh-huh.
So anyways, yeah, love the Seahawks. Let's get that revenge, brother.
Let's do this.
Next time on the Phantom Mayonnaise.
Loose ball. The Steelers recover it. And he showboats his way toward the end zone.